What, man? What's the deal? You seem torn.
I am torn. Here's why I'm torn. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are talking about Spider-Man new trailer dropped. My biggest gripe. I'm gonna go from the very beginning.
So you're just jumping right into it. You're already
Right
going
from
to
the
my
very
gripes.
beginning. Very beginning.
Oh God, forgive him, guys.
Bro, you not telling Frank Castle to shut up with a web in his mouth. Like you're not telling him this to throw a web at him and tell him this makes to be quiet.
What's wrong with that?
And telling Frank Castle to go home. The Frank Castle we've been accustomed to in the Punisher TV series, we get that Frank Castle.
I thought it was a cool little like. All right, Frank Castle's clearly rated R, but it's a Spider-Man movie, so it's kind of like the when Thanos snapped everybody and Samuel L. Jackson was about to drop an F-bomb. It's like it's the same thing to me.
I get it, but at the same time, like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Team Venom. So every time I see great Spider-Man,
we're not even a minute into the podcast, and you're already talking about Venom.
I'm Team Venom. First of all, this was a fantastic trailer. I can't lie.
Thank you. Let's start there.
But I am like bitter about it because all I ever wanted for a Venom trailer to be, and I never got it.
Well, here's the thing, and we'll get into speculation after we talk about the actual trailer later.
All I want is someone
to
make a good trailer, a good movie.
I do think like this. I do think Brand New Day is ushering in a new set of Spider-Man movies, so to speak. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or whatever, but so like there's still hope. Like we still have Secret Wars coming up, and we know in the comics that's how he gets the symbiote. So there's hope for you yet, Darron. There's hope for you. There's hope for you.
Breaks down. Ladies and gentlemen, the trailer basically breaks off and starts off when people they don't even know who he is. Remember what happened?
4-year time jump. It's been a 4-year time jump.
Remember what happened to Strange when the whole key to the city and everything else, people found out who he was, and how they were trying to erase, like, yo, people can't know who I am. Right. Well, there's consequences for what you wished upon. And people, even your friends, don't know who you are. So you were literally, like your trailer said, just a neighbor, friendly, which is awesome. I can't lie. That was freaking badass.
It's awesome. This is where Spider-Man belongs.
The Hand. Daredevil's definitely going to be in this. Punisher. Talking about even like the overall storytelling of how a spider has a mutation, like just like has those 3 stages, like wake up with all the webs around him.
You know what? Let's get into this because I want to start with the time jump and kind of like where Peter's headspace is right now, and like I want to say something that I feel like is not controversial as a Spider-Man fan. But it's going to make me seem like a horrible person. I think Spider-Man's best stories, or let me rephrase. I enjoy Spider-Man most when he's not doing Avenger level stuff. When he's, frankly, when his personal life is shitty. That's where we get our best Spider-Man stories, in my opinion. Like, and again, this is the argument that we were having before about why Spider-Man is the people's champ, right? And like for me,
I never confirmed. I
know you didn't, but
don't do that.
For me, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, when Peter is like broke and no one really fucks with him, like that is classic Spider-Man. This is like a classic Spider-Man setting for him, where he doesn't know anybody, nobody knows or cares about him. Like, and it sounds horrible. It's kind of, all right. Here's the best analogy I can give you. When I was in college, I was really into Kid Cudi. Okay, Kid Cudi makes the best music when he's depressed. I am happy for Cudi now that he is seemingly worked through his depression and he's living a much healthier life. However, I won't listen to his music anymore because I think it sucks. So I'm happy for him as a person, but as a creative, you are a much better creator when you were sad as hell. Does that make sense?
It does on so many levels. So basically, you're saying Spider-Man is the Mary J. Blige. Because everyone says Mary J. Blige is their best music when she's going through something, but when she's
You know
happy,
what?
it's
That's a
not
great
as much.
analogy. Yes. If Mary's heart
Oh
is broken, she's gonna
God,
drop some heat.
bro, you're calling Spider-Man like you want him to be broken, and just mentally like unsettled that he can become charismatic and the friendly Spider-Man you love. That's
Yeah.
wild, bro.
Yeah,
it's,
kinda.
it's so
Kinda.
wild. And
Yeah.
this trailer, you drops basically makes you feel like, hey, he's down. We up. That's kind of what you're telling me.
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. This is where
This
I like Spider-Man. This is where I like him.
this
And you know what? I know I'm not
oh
alone.
my
I know I'm
god,
not alone in that. I know I'm not.
you
There's no
guys,
chance I'm alone in that.
you're not. And the thing about it that you're not, and it's just sad and sickening that like it's so true. It's so true. Some
It is.
characters go through the struggle in order to relate to him and see what's going on. So in this trailer, it basically shows him being like the wind. Like he has to flow through everything, see what's going on, be the great superhero that we want him to be, but not really have a life.
Yeah.
He's also like you see him at the parties, like the one part, like oh nice flowers. So MJ walked in, yeah, but he can't really tell her, hey, you and I are a thing.
Yeah. It's it's
That's tough.
it's so heartbreaking, dude. And like honestly, seeing the first couple of seconds of the trailer where he's just like kind of just keeping tabs on Ned and MJ, it
Yeah.
reminds me of the ending of No Way Home,
Mm-hmm.
where he sees them in that coffee shop, and you see him kind of hesitate, like, "Fuck, I want to tell you everything, but
I
I
can't.
probably shouldn't."
Yep.
But he's so, and I get it, like he's in love with her, obviously. So
Yeah.
he's so obsessed that he can't just let her go. He can't. He can't do it. And so he's like, he's almost like emotionally torturing himself by like living across the hall, which can't be a fucking accident, right? Like, and like
That's
being at that party and kind of like being over here, like pretending to like have a drink and just like looking over and like seeing her with someone else. And like, it's just, it's gonna eat him alive inside. It's gonna eat him alive. And not for nothing, someone had called this out. She's still wearing that necklace he gave her years ago. That's the part for me. If I'm Peter, that's the thing that would break me. You don't even know why. You don't even know why you're wearing this necklace. You don't even know where the fuck you got it from.
you trying
Yeah,
to jeez.
yeah.
All
They're
right.
gonna they're
So
gonna make us feel real bad for Peter in this
so as
movie.
you guys can see, Prince is he's a big Spider-Man fan. But also you see a lot of people in the world, you guys are like really disturbed. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey,
Don't do that. So we see him being broken. We see him visiting the grave site. We see Scorpion in this one. We also
mm-hmm.
see the hand. We see like I mean the footage just like what's going on. The hand in there. And we also saw who else we see in the clip. I was so intrigued with everything that's going on. You gotta like really watch this trailer multiple times to see everything that's happening.
So
So
let me ask you a question
what's
because
up?
you mentioned a lot of characters. Are you at all concerned that there's going to be too many characters in this movie?
No,
Because
no.
there's we know we saw Tarantula, we saw Boomerang, we see the
Yes,
Hand, Sadie
that's
Sink
what.
character who we don't know who she's playing. There's been theories about her playing Jean Grey or some other mutant. Um, Tombstone is going to be in this. Scorpion. There's a lot happening.
So here is the reason why. Put this from the pod. Like after this, we never bring this up ever again.
Here we go.
The reason why you can argue that Peter Parker is the GOAT is because Peter Parker is the nucleus for New York City and Marvel's overall comic world. It's the one place where everyone can pop up there and it feels okay. We've seen all the space and the Galactus stuff, and we've seen all this foreign things.
Mm-hmm.
What made Marvel so great was foots on the ground, like just basically the street troops.
Yep. Yep.
That
These
is
street
what,
level stories. Yeah.
yeah, this is what is going. Like all the ones we love that weren't like supernatural things, Yes, bring them here. I want to see them. You eventually get the Luke Cage and Defenders. Like, this is all the groundwork for that, and Spider-Man is the nucleus of all that because he plays a part in the Blade coming across, like in old Spider-Man cartoons, the Punisher. Like, these are all things. Tombstone you mentioned. Yeah, like that's why he potentially could be the GOAT, because he's connected to, he can do the space stuff and the street stuff.
And you know
to do that.
And to that point, Darron, like I'm we talked a lot about even like offline before about the original, not the original, but Tom Holland's Spider-Man trilogy basically being one big origin story to get him to this place.
I think it's brilliant because it's also the last move before Doomsday, right?
Yes, it is.
So you're going to see characters that will potentially play a part in Doomsday.
Right.
How else would they pop into this? So I think it's excellent timing. Excellent timing, because we're going to get the Spider-Man that people always wanted, but he's seasoned. Very seasoned and very mature Spider-Man that's going to know the balance of what's really risk things and what's not worth it. Yep. And we'll make it to this whole Secret Avengers of Doomsday, everything else. We're going to see, not that I'm going to jump in there and do it like he did back in Civil War. He's going to see him be more like, wait, we got to think this through. We're going to get the new leader that we want.
And that's why I loved, now in hindsight, that they saved the kind of with great power comes great responsibility for that to be Aunt May's thing right before she died, because again, that was the end of that kind of 3-story arc origin story for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And now you get to your point, like you get to see him mature a little bit. Like, he's not in high school anymore. This is a 4-year jump, so he's in college. He's at Empire State now, and you see him really living that motto. And he even says it, in the trailer, something along the lines of, sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. And that right there is a daily occurrence for Peter Parker. It is, I cannot have a normal and like prosperous personal life because I have to go do this thing over here. And I thought they portrayed that so beautifully in this trailer.
The trailer was perfect because we were able to blend your character and your almost like your avatar as one, and people were conflicted because they feel bad about you as a person and also feel bad about you as a hero. You made it. You made it. This trailer showed the action, showed the danger, but also showed the personal side, and it made you feel like, dang, man. Yo, go save the city, bro. But I know back home, it ain't what you thought it was. Like, dang, you got flowers, bro. Dang, go out there and do a Punisher.
Yeah.
Are you hurt right now?
Yeah.
Hey, that sucks. Oh, yo, Scorpion's right there. All right. I'm gonna hold down. Make sure she's cool. All right. That's crushing.
And that's the one thing I think. Like, answer my own question from earlier, like, do I think there's too many villains in it? I think if they give them the right amount of screen time, no. Like, I don't think we're going to see a ton of Tarantula and Boomerang. I think those are going to be guys that we see early on in the movie. Like, I think it's going to be part of, like, Act 1, where, like, he's going to take down a couple of these guys, these kind of, like, minor guys, who may or may not be working for, someone bigger. But, like, to your point, like, I think, Spider-Man often has to fight multiple villains. He's often dealing with multiple people at a time. So that coupled with, like, him trying to pay rent and, like, trying to go to school and, like, oh shit, Scorpion's out here. I was just fighting Tarantula last night and I got a test tomorrow. Like, I think having a lot of villains in will, like, help, like, hammer that point home of, like, damn, like, I'm falling behind in class because I've fought 3 different villains this week. I can't keep up.
And then when I get some downtime, I got to worry about my best friend and my girl not knowing who I am. Like, it's tough out here. Yep. Here's my question for you guys. What happened in Ms. Marvel? I'm going to branch off a little bit. Okay. What happened in Ms. Marvel was the introduction of Mutant. We really haven't dabbled too much in that since that moment. She also mentioned back then that she's trying to put a team together, right? That all happened. Now we have the whole X-Men's now definitely a part of this. We're also in New York. Then we talk about the trailer talking about how the mutations and how things happen as a spider evolution. And when they come out different. Are we going to say that Spider-Man is an X-Men?
I hope they don't classify him as a mutant. I think we're using some of that terminology as a way to like kind of slowly build us up to a full on like mutant saga, because you and I know like we're talking semantics, but not really when we talk about a mutant and someone who's a mutate.
Yes.
Right? Spider-Man is a mutate. He was not born with the X gene. A spider bit him, it gave him powers. Okay?
But from the public, they're all mutants.
Right. The public probably they can't tell the difference, right?
Yeah.
So
is this how they're going to introduce X-Men?
It's possible, because so there's an actor in here, Tremel Tillman. You see a little bit of him talking to Spider-Man about like threats that we can't even see, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way that the trailer's cut, it's alluded to that he's talking about whoever's doing this mind control thing. So they had the old lady driving the tank, and she was clearly being mind controlled, and then she kind of does this like action, and whoever is mind controlling her jumps over to a guard and then jumps over into someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, there's a lot of speculation about Sadie Sink's character, her being a redhead, and her role being so secretive that a lot of people are thinking Jean Grey. I don't know how I feel about her potentially being Jean Grey.
Okay.
Only because I don't know how Jean Grey fits into a Spider-Man story.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I think are there ways that they could like write her into this movie and it makes sense? Sure, absolutely. I don't know. I
got a theory.
and I'm not definitively saying that she's playing Jean Grey, because I have no idea and I don't want to know. Right? I want to be surprised.
Got you.
But someone's clearly doing mind control in this movie. It's clear someone's mind controlling people.
What's the boy in the purple from Jessica Jones?
Kilgrave?
It's not him, but that'd be pretty cool. But anyway, here's my theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is money. This is Marvel. Big project coming out next year. We gotta make a big splash. We gotta get people to want to be. We got to use a lot of characters really fast. We got time for TV. You mentioned that Peter Parker's in school having problems trying to balance everything.
Mm-hmm.
What if Peter Parker ends up at the X-Men school?
No, I don't see that. I don't see that. I think.
Today's date? What's today's date? Hold on. Today is the ladies and gentlemen. Let's timestamp this, because sometimes crazy stuff work out for me. The 19th.
And here's why. Here's why
March 19th. Hear me out.
I don't think that's going to happen.
In school, that's going to get X-Men. Not saying he's going to be a student there, but somehow he's going to end up at that school, find out there's a place where he can go and be everything else, or maybe he might not attend that and go back to being a street level thing. But the school is going to be introduced in this movie.
You think so?
Because how else are we going to introduce so many X-Men before Doomsday? If this is the last movie.
It's true. It is the last movie. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing.
They're going to drop something about introducing him or saying something about mutants. They were pushing the envelope of that, and it's going to be this. The X-Men are going to be brought into this movie.
Here's why I disagree.
Okay.
I think because in the comics, obviously, Spider-Man has interacted with the X-Men before, right? That's not groundbreaking stuff, right? But I think when you're trying to usher in a new, like basically a new story arc for this iteration of Spider-Man, you're already introducing a lot of things in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already, to your point, the last movie before Doomsday. So you already know you're going to be trying to set up things there as well, too. I don't think that Spider-Man needs X-Men to, like, increase his, for lack of a better term, like, popularity. And
he doesn't need it.
and I don't think the X-Men need Spider-Man to do that either. I think they are both separate like entities that don't need to piggyback off of each other's movie to generate buzz or popularity.
I'm not saying he's going to be a member of the X-Men. I'm saying he is going to springboard the X-Men into the universe by introducing them, showing more of them in this particular movie, and it's going to get people sparked into it. What day is Spider-Man released? Do you know?
July 31st.
I'm driving down to your spot.
I'm down.
I'm driving down to your spot. I'll figure out with the kids. We got to see this movie. So when this happens,
bring the kids, dude. Bring the kids.
Yo, and when we seen this happening, I'm gonna look at you and say, "You see the X? You see the wheelchair?"
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because the big elephant in the room, in my opinion, is Sadie Sink. Who is she playing? If she's playing Jean Grey, anything's possible. Literally anything's possible.
I'm just saying. I just can't wait until we see this.
So I don't know. I would not be mad at her.
Okay.
Great. I would not be mad.
Okay.
I wonder if it's doing too much.
Is it doing too much by introducing one of the most, some will say, important groups in comic book history before one of your
No. I'm not saying
before your biggest movie
that I wouldn't welcome a Jean Grey or an X-Men more, kind of like hints or Easter eggs or just straight up, overt setting up the next thing. I'm not saying that I'd be mad at that. I just don't think that it's gonna happen.
All right, I go deeper. I go deeper in this. Now, go deeper in this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little off the trailer a little bit, but it's
no, because this is not off topic because I know everyone's still like racking their brains about like, unless you guys have seen leaks, in which case please don't comment. We don't want to know the leaks. We don't want it to be ruined for anybody.
I watched one trailer.
And I know people have been talking about this for months about like theorizing who Sadie Sink is going to play. Obviously, she's a redhead, so it's easy to go straight to Jean Grey.
Hear me out. Spider-Man's early 20s.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah.
He goes to a place where there's a new cast of X-Men, a new generation of X-Men. Mm-hmm. That's what he ends up going to. Eventually, in Doomsday, he crossed paths with the older Spider-Man and then the old X-Men. And that's how the reason why it's important for this new generation of X-Men characters are introduced in this movie. So when Doomsday does happen and they all cross paths, it's like seeing a mirror image of young versus old. And this right here, the Spider-Man and the new cast of X-Men will move forward after that.
Okay, so here's what I'll give you. We know the actor Tremel Tillman, who's in the trailer, who's talking to Spider-Man about threats that we can't see. Right? We know that, well, I don't know if everyone knows, but it's been rumored that he's playing a character from the X-Men comics who's very politically against mutant kind.
Okay.
So in that context, it makes a lot of sense of like him talking to Spider-Man, like, hey, like maybe the conversation goes something like this, like Spider-Man's like trying to explain to him the difference. You know what I mean? Maybe this is after he gets scanned by Bruce Banner and he's like, oh, you're having a mutation, but you're not a mutant. And it's like, here's the difference. Like, I'm not one of these mutants you speak of. Like, I got bit by a spider, and this is how it kind of happened. And Tremel Tillman's character is kind of like, yo, there's in a world where like we're used to Iron Man and Thor's and Captain America's, there's a whole nother beast out there. There's a whole nother beast out there again that we can't see or control. We don't know where they are. We don't know how to detect them. Blah 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 blah. And like maybe that is because there was a part in the trailer where like they show someone being chained up in a chair, and it looks like Sadie Sink's hands.
Wow, bro.
I'm saying it doesn't look like Tom Holland. I'll say that. Like it doesn't look like Tom Holland. So I'm guessing. But why are they after her?
We're going to get the X-Men and Spider-Man in this movie, and they're going to be the future of Marvel after Doomsday. That's my prediction.
I agree with them being the future of Marvel.
No, we're going to get all that in this movie.
100%.
We're going to get the glimpse of them, or it might be like an end scene cut when something like that. Something about the X-Men are going to be introduced in this movie. That's my theory.
Okay, we you know what we can take, because I have some questions that I don't want to get lost in the rabbit hole. We could take it offline, but I would, because they would have to explain away how or why the mutants were here the whole time.
Because you don't, unless the ones that are out of body, you don't really know anyone's really a mutant.
No, but what I'm saying is, how long, if they're in the MCU, and again, I don't want to get too stuck on this, because there's other things in the trailer we got to talk about. But
Professor Xavier was able to block everybody's memory,
which you could do that. Like, he could easily do that, right? But then you have to ask the question, why didn't they help then when Thanos was hell bent on destroying the universe?
Because they don't care for humankind. They don't care for them.
Yeah, but if they existed during the snap, some of them would have got snapped too, just basic statistics.
They'll probably talk about that, but it won't be.
You know what I mean? So
it'll be a glance over thing.
So I'm just having trouble dealing with the morality from a Charles Xavier type of person, of being like, hey, no, we're not going to help, and oh shit, the universe might actually get destroyed because we just want to hide. Like, that's not a Charles Xavier move to me.
But what, they're young kids who weren't ready to battle, or weren't ready.
Oh, tough.
They're not all built like Spider-Man, bro.
They're not, but some of them are built better, dare I say.
Another point, Charlie, you want to mention is what? We got Soft Bruce in there. What else we got in there?
Yeah, I find it interesting that he's going to be a professor.
Yeah. What else he going to do? He don't rumble no more.
Well, I was going to ask you, as a Hulk fan, do you think we're going to get inklings or any Hulk in this movie?
I will say this right now, moving forward, I don't want to see him ever again in a movie for Hulk. I don't want him representing Hulk.
I know you don't.
I am not saying as the actor, I'm not hating on him. He just did a TV series on HBO where he was a detective. I can't think of it.
Mm-hmm. Good TV. Yep. But
not
I love Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. But I know you did not enjoy him as the Hulk.
He destroyed the Hulk. He destroyed the Hulk's aura and everything about the Incredible Hulk. It's like as if like you would think, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys know me, I love wrestling. Back in the day, wrestling used to have a competitor named WCW. And WWF at the time, that's WWE.
WCW, what a time. What a time.
So basically what happens, ladies and gentlemen, my reference is, if you were ever to leave that and you came over to WWE, they would almost like dilute you. If you were a megastar there, they would make you feel like you weren't that star. You just somebody random and almost embarrass you, so you realize my brand is yours. That's how they treated the Hulk. They treated him as if he was not the star of everyone loved and beloved character, and when they realized like you're not really it when it comes to the Avengers, let me dumb you down to make you feel like you're below us. And they went that to the freaking third degree.
Okay? And I know we've talked about this before about like, and I agree.
That's
with
what
you.
I mean.
Like
so
they did have to nerf Hulk a little bit.
Yeah. So when I see him in movies like that, I don't get excited anymore. I get like, damn, they what want to do? Make him like a paperweight today? Like what they going to do?
But I do think Bruce Banner's character can still hold a lot of value in this movie as a professor, as far as it relates to like Peter trying to figure out what the hell's going on with him. Which I think it's clear that they're doing kind of the it's a whole narration in the trailer. They're not hiding it. It's a evolution of Spider-Man and his powers, right? Like we saw. I know we'll date ourselves, but like we grew up on that '90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Yes.
Where he went through a similar transformation where, it was kind of brought on by stress, the same way Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 kind of lost his powers briefly because he was so stressed the fuck out. Which is clearly going to be the case again here with Tom Holland's. I do think he's going to get organic webbing when he gets out of that cocoon. I do think his powers are going to evolve a little bit. You spoke a little bit offline about his eyes turning black and what that means. That's got to be another result of his mutation. I wonder. I doubt they're gonna go full comics or full cartoon and like give him like the extra arms. Like when he comes out of cocoon, that will be nuts. That could be cool. I would love to see that. Um, don't tell me you have it.
Just want everybody.
Oh my god.
It's real over here. It's real over.
See, that's definitely not going to happen. Not in this movie. There's no way we can do all these villains and the X-Men and Punisher and the Hand and Venom. That is then we're entering Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, too many villains, too convoluted of a story territory, and I don't want that. I don't want that for this. I don't want that for this. I don't want it.
Are we doing that? You keep
No, we're not, because we haven't talked about the Hand.
I know, because keep talking down my Venom. I know, man. Every chance I get a chance. Anytime a Venom reference or Black Eyes or something chaotic happens, it's a little glimpse, a little hope. Y'all been having so much fun over there in Marvel, and I'm sitting over here watching from the sideline, bro.
It'll happen. I do think it will happen. Secret Wars is not that far. I do think it'll happen. But obviously we got some Frank Castle in this trailer too. But Spider-Man fighting the Hand, there's certainly not a 0% chance that Daredevil will be in this movie, right? Like he
has to be in, because the new show comes out real soon. Doesn't it come out next 2 weeks?
Yeah,
the new Daredevil
next week I think. Out. Yeah, next week. Yeah,
the timing is perfect. The timing is great.
The timing is perfect. Yes.
So you're going to get more street level stuff going on with that. I think Spider-Man fighting the Hand is perfect because it shows him more of the hand-to-hand combat, not so much spacey type stuff. I think it's brilliant. It also is why Punisher crossing paths with Daredevil in the prior seasons also makes sense on why the Punisher's also there.
Right.
This is great. I guess this is a perfect blend. They cooking. They are definitely cooking.
They cooking. And I think they also kind of alluded to a couple of things too, because since Daredevil's coming out next week and Spider-Man's supposed to have like the events of Spider-Man occur after the events of Daredevil, we see Spider-Man getting the key to the city, and it's not Wilson Fisk giving him the key to the city. So I think it's clear to me that by the end of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, that Fisk will not be the mayor. Because remember, he launched his whole vigilante task force. There's no way Spider-Man gets the keys to New York City while Fisk is still mayor. It's just not a thing. It's just not a plausible scenario.
I personally scratch this. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Bring it down. I'm not that excited, but I'm excited.
Very excited.
If it was more for character besides Spider-Man, I'll be out the world. But I'm okay.
I am extremely excited for this trailer. I think this movie is going to be incredibly dense because it's already got so many characters in it. But I don't know. I don't need to see another trailer.
I don't. I'm trying to tell you, if anyone out there watch this, listen to me. The rule of thumb is one trailer. You don't go past one trailer.
I don't need another one.
Because I know why the marketing does it, but as a fan, especially if you read the comics, you're gonna first either know too much, and it's gonna ruin it for you.
Yep.
Or two, they did so much not what you wrong in your opinion that's gonna ruin it for you.
Yep.
Just do one trailer. I don't watch any more trailers at all. One time I'll see a trailer again across the board. Even for Lanterns, we talk about that. I will not know a trailer until I go to a theater, or if I'm watching a show and it pops up, it will not be forced, or I'm not going searching for it at all. One is good.
Yeah, I agree, and I think because of some of the elements about we don't know what some of these or who some of these characters are playing, and we don't know some of the other characters that they're very. I mean, just by chance they got to be withholding some information, right? I don't need to know everything. I don't want I want it to be a surprise. Like I don't. Please, nobody in the comments spoil Sadie Sink's character if you guys know, because I don't want to know. I want to be surprised.
Got a question for you.
I have an answer.
Over or under? Over or under 80%.
Okay.
2 questions. 1, do we see Deadpool?
I'm going under. I'm going to say no.
Okay, no. Question number 2. Do we get a Blade reference? We said Punisher. We said Daredevil. Do we get a Blade reference?
I'm gonna say no to both. Okay. I'm gonna say no to both only because the Blade project has had fucking negative traction.
The solo project has been negative traction. Not the actual person playing Blade, the character, can still pop up.
I don't know because I don't want another one of those things where it's like at the end of Eternals where like you hear Blade's voice and then like it's been how many years? You know what I mean? Like I don't want to like only tease things that you are actually actively like you talking about X-Men. I think X-Men is exponentially more likely to pop up in this film than something like Blade because they're already giving us X-Men shit in Doomsday.
Yeah, that's true.
They have. I don't think the Blade movie's ever gonna get fucking made.
Okay.
Not by this current regime. If it gets made, it'll be like next generation shit. I don't think Blade's ever happening, and it sucks because I would love a Blade project, but I don't think it's happening.
Over under last question. 70%. Somebody dies in this film of importance. You really don't have many people left.
No, because here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want him and MJ to get back together in this movie. I would like them to get back together maybe in the following movie.
I wouldn't want them
I say that to say
like adults. I want them to go through the whole Goblin phase.
Yes.
Before anything happens.
So I say that to say maybe it's Ned. Maybe somebody like Ned could die.
So you're saying over 70%?
I'm not gonna. I think 70 is too high. I'd go slightly below 50% for Ned. For Ned dying. Yeah, that's a coin flip. It's a little more than a coin flip.
All right. Okay. Last thing, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank y'all for our tangent. This is actually longer than our Game of Thrones podcast. So, gentlemen's bet.
Okay.
If Venom,
oh god,
is showcased in this movie, dinner on you.
If he showed
dinner on me after.
I will shake on that. Where's the camera?
Yeah, after the movie's over,
I'll shake on that.
If Venom is not part of this, dinner on me.
I'll shake on that. Hey man, I'm just letting you know if you lose, I'm an expensive date, dude. I'm ordering all the sides.
I love it. We're going to talk after the movie. We're going to talk after the movie anyway. So hey, just live it up.
Guys, well, you guys have you guys witnessed that. So Darron's gonna owe me dinner. That's gonna be awesome for me. Guys, I am extremely excited. I know a lot of people were waiting for this trailer to drop. We finally got one. I'm very, very excited again. I feel like it's taking Spider-Man back to his classic roots. Mm-hmm. I think this story is gonna tug on the heartstrings a lot, as far as just like the loneliness and like, you know, the emotional damage that Peter is carrying here. I think there's going to be lots of. We've already seen like a couple of shots from the trailer that are pulled straight from comic book covers, and they're easy to spot. The tarantula one, the one where he's got the guy in tow and he's kind of swinging, doing some web swinging. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. And let us know your theories. I would love to know theories about Sadie Sink's character, because I know a lot of people are going to say Jean Grey, but I am open to some of the more obscure ones. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I feel like they're really taking their time. I feel like they really thought this through, even as far as like the timing of like Daredevil coming out, and then the Punisher special coming out, and then Spider-Man movie, and then Doomsday. Like this isn't an accident. You know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing. I feel like they got a lot of things that they're cooking up, and I'm really excited to see it.
Until next time, yo.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Darron, it's a pleasure as always, bro.
Always, bro.
Peace.
Peace. Bye.